In this video, I'm going over how you can qualify your leads for your service-based business. Now, if you're a business owner and you're struggling to get high quality leads, it's probably because you're not following one of these 4 pillars. Now, if you don't know who I am already, my name is Javier Tabet. I've been running a digital marketing agency, Capital Edge Media, now for the last year, and we've helped hundreds of our clients scale their businesses, not only with paid advertising, but AI automation systems. So it's safe to say we know what we're doing when it comes to building systems, not only to nurture leads, but also to qualify leads for our clients. In this video, you're going to get the 4 pillars to qualifying leads and how you can implement them so that you get high quality leads into your business and high paying clients. So pillar number 1 is a little something called frameworks. Now, what are frameworks? Frameworks are essentially, as the name implies, a framework of questions that you can ask in order to get high quality clients. Now, frameworks are not just only questions you can ask, but they're also considerations to take into place when looking at a prospect that may be a potential client. The framework we're going to be covering over is the BRANT framework. Now, this is essentially the gold standard when it comes to frameworks. Now, BRANT stands for budget, authority, needs, and timeline. Now, I'm gonna quickly touch over all of them. So budget, when it comes to budget, you wanna be asking, can your prospect or your leads actually afford your products or services? So this is the biggest one, but not only that, you wanna take into consideration, is the client or is the prospect you're interacting with looking at your service as an investment or an expense? Because most likely, if your client is looking at it as an expense, they're coming at it with a negative connotation, right? You want to be able to work with people who they're ready to grow and they're looking at every opportunity to invest into their business. Now, before I continue, I want to stress how important qualifying your leads actually is. In business, everything comes down to money and time. You want to do as much work in the time that you can and make as much money as possible. So dealing with unqualified clients, unqualified leads, as well as unqualified prospects is going to not only waste your time, but also lead to a waste of money, therefore increasing the chances of your business to fail. This isn't something we want. We want to be able to qualify our clients effectively. Moving on to A. A stands for authority. Is this person a figure of authority? Can they make the decisions, or do they need somebody else to help make decisions for them, right? You want to essentially know if you're talking to a decision maker, because decision makers essentially, they will make the decision to pay you at the end of your call or at the end of the day. So moving on to number N, which is needs. Now, you need to cover the client pain points and their needs when it comes to your product and service, right? The benefits that they actually need, not just the features that come with your product. This will allow your product to build in your client's mind as the only solution for their problem. Moving on to T, which is timeline. Timeline is specifically important because a prospect might be ready to buy with you, but they might be ready to buy in 3 months. Now, you want to test and see their urgency, and we're going to show you how with the other pillars of qualifying leads in this video, but you want to test to see, are they ready to buy now? Are they ready to buy in the next 3 months? Are they ready to buy in the next 6 months? Are they going to buy in the next year? What is the timeline and what is the urgency towards purchasing or consuming a product or service? Sweet. So now that we've covered the first pillar, which is frameworks, now keep in mind there are many other ones. That is the most common, is the one that all the big influential guys use. Guys like Sabri Suby, Alex Hormozi, Ravi Abuvala, Grant Cardone, Dan Locke, they all use these tactics. The next pillar is qualification by demographic. Now, this includes qualifying your prospects by age, gender, location, education, income, and even company size. Now, qualifying your leads like this, it's an easy way to do it at the start. It doesn't tell you much about how your prospects need your product or how they approach your product. Now, this is all right if you're using a simple book to call funnel where you need to know their basic information so that you can make a basic assumption. That way you can sell your product. This method is used more often by larger companies who get a lot of leads and they need to know specifically who they're dealing with. That way they can approach that person with a specific goal in mind. Moving on to the third pillar, which is qualification calls. Now, qualification calls are especially important because they give you an upfront view of your prospect, as well as they put you right in their shoes, right in front of them. Now, doing a qualification call can come in many forms. It can come in the form of a discovery call, a strategy call, an analysis call, which is what we use in our funnel. So again, if you do want to check out how we can add 31K of revenues into your business or you don't pay, check out the link in our description down below. Qualification calls are good for getting to know your client as well as seeing where they are. Are they just shooting the breeze, and are they really serious about your product, or were they curious and they were in a position where they felt like maybe they should just call? Qualification calls do have a few questions you should be asking. And these questions are essentially what you've already gone over in the following frameworks, right? What are their budget? What are their pain points? What are their timeline? What are their urgency? Are they the decision maker? A story about them and their company. Like, asking these to build rapport is super important. Now, moving on to the fourth and final pillar. Again, if you've liked this video so far, guys, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you found it helpful. But the fourth pillar is the most important, and it's a software system. Now, why is a software system important? Because it will convert and systemize all of the things that we've just been talking about, right? A software system will allow you to take your leads and turn them into clients all throughout a single system. Now, there are two different types of software systems, and these are the only two types that you need to pay attention to. The two types are the all-in-one systems and what I like to call the Lego systems. What are these and what's the difference between the two? The all-in-one systems are essentially, as the name implies, all-in-one. These are your CRMs like Go High Level and HubSpot, who completely encapsulate all the things that you need, from going to getting leads, having a website, having a landing page, having domains, having courses, white labeling their services, as well as doing things like SEO, even scheduling. All the things that you need in a system are in these software CRMs. The benefits with these are that they have everything in one place. The downsides is that they do cost more. The Lego system, again, as the name implies, it's Lego. It's like you can build a system brick by brick. So this system isn't an all-in-one. It is essentially a stack of software in which you put together like Lego pieces, brick by brick. You put them together in a way where they complete a software system. So, for example, you might have your CRM and your client management in Notion. Then you might have your leads and your sales flow in Trello. Then you also might have your emails and SMS in Klaviyo or MailChimp. That way you have your CRM spread around a wider range of different softwares. The benefits with this is that it's flexible and cheaper. The drawbacks is that you have to do more work to manage all of the plans, to manage all of the branding, to manage all of the CRMs, to manage all of the softwares so that you can actually make sure they work smoothly. These are the 4 pillars to qualifying leads effectively. If you want help with your paid advertising, click the link below to see how we can add 31K of revenues into your business. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.